for all of you agents out there, I know you've been hearing from us pretty consistently, you have got to have a digital footprint. Like, you cannot continue to exist in the insurance industry in 2021 where you are exclusively in word of mouth or print. Like, the world is going digital, you've got to get on board. Good morning, insurance agents of the senior market. Welcome back to Near and Far. It is Friday, February 26th, 7 o'clock this morning. Just had a tasty breakfast. Beth, how did you enjoy breakfast this morning?
Breakfast was awesome this morning. We got sticky buns from Mr. Stickies.
Yeah, Mr. Stickies, which I had never heard of before, and you're originally from Central PA, and you totally turned us on to them.
Yeah, it's more like North Central PA. I'm from Milton, but Mr. Stickies is located in Williamsport or Lancaster, and I've always had them growing up, and I love them.
Yeah, so it was interesting in our social media meeting that we have each week, and for those of you that aren't following us on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, and the subject of today's show on Instagram, check us out there, also LinkedIn. Beth usually comes up with these suggestions like, hey, it's National Cornhole Day. Can we do a cornhole tournament on Thursday? Or, hey, it's National Donut Day. Can we do Dunkin' Donuts? Beth kind of tossed out, hey, why don't we get Mr. Stickies? And I had never heard of them before, and we ended up ordering them. So for those of you that have never tried Mr. Stickies from Williamsport, PA, we ordered them for the office. We had a great breakfast. We'll put a link to their page in our description. We loved your stuff. Like, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I would tell you, though, if you have a bad back, don't try to lift the box if they ship them to you, because it felt like a cinder block I was picking up off the ground.
Yeah, the sticky buns are like this big. And it was also National Sticky Bun Day on Sunday.
Yeah, well, which is why we had to go after it this week. But hey, talking about social media, don't look now. It's 3 weeks now we've been on Instagram?
3 weeks, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you having fun with it? Because we had talked about doing Instagram, and like during the course of 2020. Facebook and LinkedIn were like huge priorities for us here, and we've spent so much time developing content, really trying to engage with our agents, and it's gone really well. Those of you that are engaging with us on social media, we really appreciate it. We love to connect with you there, and we just did a launch of Instagram on 2/1, and you're running that for us. How's it going? Why were you so excited to kind of take that on for us?
So Instagram is probably one of my favorite forms of social media I use personally, and then I thought it would just be so fun to take what I like to do outside of work and bring it into work. So it's just fun creating content, kind of doing your own spin on things, because Instagram is very different from other forms of social media. There's a lot more you can do than just throwing a post out. It turns into something of your own.
Yeah, no, and I know that when we started talking about having a Neishloss Fleming Instagram channel, like we had a lot of discussions about it, and we thought, hey, is this really a medium that we need? And I really love Instagram as well. Between it's just much more visual, like just based upon how the app is created, it's designed to be much more for visual learning. And with Facebook and LinkedIn, I think that it's more informational. But for those individuals that really like more of a visual application, I think Instagram is just a super great fit, and it's fun.
It's fun, yeah, and you get to see what we're doing in real time. So with LinkedIn or Facebook, you'll throw a post out, but with Instagram, I can post stories.
Yep.
So I posted our sticky buns today.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing in the office. We're playing cornhole.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So those of you that are interested in the Mr. Stickies, if you want to check out what they look like, hit the Neishloss Fleming Instagram story. You'll be able to do that. So follow us on Instagram. We're going to have a link to our page in our description. You can go ahead and check that out and see all the fun that we're having and get some good information too. So beyond that, Beth, I know that you're very into social media. You're very active on our social media team in terms of developing content. Why do you think social media is important for agents who want to connect with their clients?
Social media is so important because you reach such a larger audience than you would without it. Especially with Instagram, they have a free marketing plan that you could do with them if you wanted to create a business page. And it allows you to generate an audience that you would never reach on your own. So it's going to target different companies, using hashtags for different subjects, anything like that. You're just going to reach so much more people than you would any other way.
So I was thinking about this when we were kind of talking about getting together and doing a spot on our Instagram channel launching. And to me, I think about when I see people anywhere. And granted, we see less people now because of COVID, because there's less people out and about. But when I see people, what are they doing? You know, they're on their phones.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's interesting to me when you think about it. Like when I was still able to travel, like kind of pre-COVID, and I go to the airport bar, and it used to be some of the best conversations. Like you'd meet like really cool people and talk about life and business and different things. You really learn from a lot of people at the bars in the airport while you're waiting for your flight. You try to talk to someone at an airport bar now, and it's like, why are you talking to me? I'm busy on my phone. So I think culturally, people are far more into what they're seeing on their phone. And in order to reach them, I think they're far more likely to look at something that's on their phone than comes to them in the mail or even on the newspaper. Heck, there aren't a lot of people who even get the newspaper delivered anymore.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially with younger generations, they're going to look someone up on social media, and if they don't have a page, they're going to be like, well, this is a little suspect.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have some kind of profile of some sort.
Well, and I took a lot from my parents. Like my mom and dad are 70 and 69. Although if anyone tells my mother that I told what her age is, I get attacked for it, I'm gonna come and get you. But no, in all seriousness, I use them kind of as a barometer of you know, kind of that 65 to 75 Medicare recipient that a lot of our agents are targeting. And something that I found very interesting, two things, when I was thinking about this show where we were going to talk about social and specifically about Instagram, is that my parents no longer are getting a newspaper delivered to their house. And when they are deciding what restaurant to go out to eat at, they look it up online, specifically on social, to see if there are reviews.
Yeah.
And so if my 69 and 70-year-old parents are doing that, I think that really speaks to a whole host of consumers in that area, that if you're not on social, that consumers don't know who you are as an agent, and also, you know, are you relatable? You know, and I wonder about that too, that if you don't have a digital presence, are you relatable to a consumer who's thinking about using you?
Yeah, absolutely. They want to see kind of who you are on a personal level, so it's comfortable more so. They're able to reach out to you more, I believe. I mean, I do that too. I search reviews for anything I'm doing. And my mom's the same way. She'll look up a menu, look at the reviews. She even orders what she wants before she goes to the restaurant on the online menu.
Yeah.
So I think it's just more of a preparation, comfortable aspect of being online.
Yeah,
before you go somewhere.
No, I'd agree with that. I mean, it's sort of like a number of years ago, we were hosting our big Insight rollout event, you know, which for those of you who've never been to one of our Insight events, it's our pre-AEP product rollout meeting where we're talking about product, talking about sales concepts, a lot of things. Well, a couple years ago, we had a professional photographer come into our Western Pennsylvania meeting and take headshots of all of the agents, because we felt like if they were doing custom marketing pieces out to the field and their picture was on it, it was going to draw a significantly better return than if it wasn't. And it absolutely was proven to be correct. And I think that same thought process really also applies to social. That if a consumer gets a mail piece from you, if they see an advertisement from you, heck, even if one of their friends is saying, hey, you should talk to Bob Smith, or hey, you should talk to Laverne Wozniak, what are they going to do? They're probably going to look you up on social.
Yeah, absolutely. You can connect with so many more people. It's like the ultimate networking tool. Yeah. With just our Instagram, I was able to connect with all our integrity partners already, see what they're doing. They can see what we're doing. We can talk to them, relate. Also our agents.
Yeah, and our agents too, like, because my Instagram's connected to the corporate account too, and so like seemingly like I'll be sitting at home like trying to do some stuff, and it's like bing, 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 bing. I'm like, oh, here's 5 of our agents like reacting to our Instagram story today, just kind of happening. So for our agents that are out there, Beth, and they're watching this and they're saying, Instagram, do I really want to do this? I'm not sure how to get started. Like, you know, can you walk through a little bit around the process you took to get us started and what the agents can do to really start being on Instagram and utilizing that for business.
Yeah, so Instagram, you're going to have a personal profile first before you can create a business account. It's also totally free. Everything's free. You don't have to pay for anything you don't want to. So personal profile, then you create a business account on top of that. When you create your business account, it's going to allow you to target your audience that you'd want. After you target your audience, you're going to want to create kind of who you are as a company, like your personal aesthetic in a way. Once you build content, it's going to allow you to look at analytics, see who you're following. It's going to kind of track how you're doing progressively as a company. And it's going to give you ways to improve, and it's going to allow you to promote your post if you'd like. This is where you can pay for promotion. Yep. So if you wanted to pay, literally you could do like $1, $5 a week to promote your post. You could reach an even larger audience than you would before.
And I can just speak to that paid ads and promotions on Instagram, because I think I have at least 5 items in my house, as well as the painting that I've got in my office, the DiCaprio Wolf of Wall Street painting. Yeah. Like, it was because I was pinging around on Instagram, and then it's like, boom, like the DiCaprio one that I've got on my wall right now was from Canvas Cultures, which is really cool. Like, if you kind of like, modern art, like movies or pop culture stuff, like, check them out. They're really cool. They're one of my favorites. But yeah, I mean, if you're just scrolling through, it looks like originally, it's like, oh, is this one of my friends? What did they post? Oh, wait, it's an ad. Oh, wait, but by the time you realize that it's not one of your friends posting, you're looking at the ad, and it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. Let me check this out. So I've been hooked that way. I don't know that, I'm dropping tons of money on there all the time, but it absolutely gains your attention to do it, and it's not very expensive at all, especially when you're talking about being able to set the demographic that you're looking for. Yeah,
you can set it to anything you'd like. So you can pick age range, location, you can pick the amount of miles. So it's really what you make of it. It could go far beyond what you think it could, and it kind of helps you along the way as well, because it's giving you every detail of what you're doing every day, pretty much. And it gives me suggestions too, like, hey, this post got more reactions than your previous ones. Maybe you should promote it to get a larger audience.
Right.
So it's super cool.
Yeah, and there was an agent I was actually talking to last night on the phone, and they were asking me about something we had done on YouTube on one of our episodes, and then this particular agent said, well, what are you guys shooting tomorrow? What are you guys going to have up on Friday? And I had said, oh, well, Bethany and I are going to talk about Instagram and kind of what we're doing with our channel. And this particular agent said, you know what, Instagram's for young people. Like, and I, part of the paid ad and kind of the picking your demographic conversation that you and I had was, there are people over the age of 65, if you're exclusively working the Medicare market, there are folks on Instagram. All you got to do if you want to promote your post is just say, hey, I want folks between 65 and 74 within this radius of where I'm at. Yep. And it'll put your content in front of them.
Yeah. I know my grandparents are on Instagram, and they're over the age of 65, so.
So if you're in Milton, PA, and you're looking for some clients, get on Instagram. You can swoop up Bethany's grandparents and maybe get them on an MA plan.
They actually live in Pittsburgh.
So they live here. I thought they were in Central.
No, my family's the only one who lived in Central PA, because my dad moved there because he was a funeral director, and I grew up in a funeral home, kind of like Brian Adams.
Yeah, just like Brian. Yeah, and here you are in the insurance business.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should target funeral directors and say, hey, do you have kids? We've got a great career for you. Here's a couple examples. Brian Adams, Bethany Brennan, future superstars in the insurance business.
Pretty much. Absolutely. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important, like when we've talked about social, and for all of you agents out there, I know you've been hearing from us pretty consistently, you have got to have a digital footprint. Mm-hmm. Like you cannot continue to exist in the insurance industry in 2021 where you are exclusively in word of mouth or print. Like, the world is going digital, you've got to get on board. But, Facebook reaches a certain portion of the over 65 demographic. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn, probably for an agent, prospecting may not be the best way to go. I know that for us trying to connect with agents, absolutely it's a great thing. But Instagram is absolutely growing in the over 65 segment. And if you additionally work the under 65 segment, it's maybe even more pertinent. So being able to have multiple ways that digitally you're getting in front of consumers is important. But to your point, it's not the same content. Like you're presenting it much differently.
Yeah, exactly. Just to add to that, if you wanted to do videos as well on Instagram, that's an option. So it's not just pictures. There's Instagram TV for business accounts. So if you're working mostly videos, you can post them on there, and they can be up to an hour long.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I think that of the channels that I follow on Instagram, there's two very specifically that like popped in my mind. One is a business person, other is a relationship coach, and both. I think what's the common thread with both of those is multiple times per week. It's this selfie video where they're just kind of. They're just kind of talking to you about, hey, here's something that just popped into my head, or hey, I'm, walking down the trail and like here's something that hit me, and they're just sharing ideas, just like right out there. Like I love that. I don't know. I don't know if
it's more like vlog style type of videos. So, I think it's more entertaining to watch. So Instagram in a way is just unique.
Yeah, no, and it's a different medium, and certainly different folks are going to respond to different stuff. Don't just line yourself up with one particular medium to connect with consumers digitally. Try it a couple different ways, and you'll broaden your reach. So this has been great. So you are having fun doing the Instagram for us?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what works, what doesn't work, see where we can go from this.
Awesome. So if you have any suggestions on what type of content you'd like to see from us on Instagram, hit up Bethany right here. Here's her email address. Again, that was my one time to try to get some Ryan production magic, like right into the middle of a shot. I got to do it every time. But hit Bethany up if you've got any suggestions on what you'd like to see out of our Instagram channel. We will be back with you on Monday, March 1st at 7 a.m. This is Beth. I'm Bill, and this has been Near and Far. Have a great day, guys. Take care.